sigh. Yeah. Atsu, I swear to God, if I get to Dark Knight and they buffed Succession and not Awakening, it's your fault. I'm going to 100% blame you. What? Hey, no. Where are you going right now? Where are you going? Get your ass. What? Where are you going? All right, so I'm gonna my G-Lab patch note rundown, or my G-Labs review, will be less about covering the info on G-Labs. I am gonna lightly go over the information, but I'm not gonna thoroughly go over it. I'm gonna fixate on the changes that I care about, or that I feel are very important to the community. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Dark Knight changes because nobody cares about the rest of it. I'm just kidding. What is this? Allan Serbin, a man trapped within a frame in Tariff, has created a landscape painting infused with his mysterious power. Is now available for adventurers to experience. With Allan Serbin's landscape, you can obtain treasures that were once exclusive to specific monster zones in entirely different regions. While defeating monsters in the original monster zones where materials drop, you collect paint, a special material needed to activate Allan Serbin's landscape. Using paint to change the landscape points for a specific zone lets you earn treasure materials for that zone even while defeating monsters elsewhere. Yeah. Previously, only monster zones in those treasure dropping zones would drop the required materials. Now, with Allan Serbin's landscape, any monster in 300 AP zones can drop them. 300 plus AP zones. Please note that the drop rates for these materials through Allan Serbin's landscape differ from the original zones, adjusted for factors like mob density. We hope our treasure hunting adventurers experience more of the vast world of Black Desert with Allan Serbin's landscape. No, see, this is the opposite. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have the hot take here. I understand that a lot of people are gonna like this and they're gonna think it's a W change, and I understand why people think it's a W change. I have a legitimate hot take. I do not like this. I do not like that. I think that it is counterintuitive to the entire game, primarily for this last line right here. We hope our treasure hunting adventurers experience more of the vast world of Black Desert with Allan Serbin's landscape. Well, see, part of the reason that the treasure hunting adventurers were exploring more of Black Desert than normal adventurers is because they had to go grind at these very specific grind zones. Otherwise, we're all just grinding at the exact same grind zones, and there's really no reason to go grind a spot like Sulphur Mine or Pilaku. Like, why would you go there? History is pretty solid, but why would you go to Akhman? It just doesn't make sense. It's like, I don't know. I just feel like it makes the grind zones that are already less popular even less popular, and there's really now not any reason to go grind those grind zones. And as a treasure hunter myself, I know that you guys don't remember this, but for the first 4 years of my Black Desert career, before I was a content creator and then into the start of my content creator career, I was grinding for the compass. You can even do !Elton. And you can see the moment that I got it to be 4 years, over 2,000 hours, and it was dedicated, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Yes, it was suffering, but like that's part of what treasure items are about, is like that mutual suffering for a common goal. That's L10 with an E, guys. Elton. Jesus, not Elton John. Holy fucking idiots. Jesus, that's my community right there. Anyway, I'm obviously going to use this to get my Olin's piece. That's how I'm going to use this. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm just going to use it to get my Olin's piece. 100%. And then I'm going to use it to get my upper Sakraya piece, or my Sakraya piece for the merchant ring. And I'm just going to keep grinding at the best. So now there's really no reason to go grind at a spot that isn't the best spot in the entire game. You know, money-wise. Like, oh, I want the treasure item. No, just keep grinding at that spot. Which doesn't make any sense. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. So this, I want to. That's the vodka. Look how, bro. Am I still that white? Damn, I've really lost weight, bro. Jesus Christ. Damn. I've grown up. Okay, background for this clip. Chat was watching, or 200 people in chat watching when this happened. Nobody said a word when the Elton piece dropped. I was reading a question in chat, didn't even see it drop. The game crashes. I log back in. and somebody whispers me in game and is like, yo, did you just get the Elton piece? I'm like, nah, it's probably one of the Blue Squadron imposter accounts, because there are a few of those. At least there were a few active ones at the time. And then I was like, wait, I have an extra compass piece in my inventory. So luckily for me, I always carried around all of the materials I needed for the... I mean, bro, you guys, you do this for 4 years. You come prepared. Every single day, I had every single material I needed, and I knew exactly how to craft it.
Never mind, you were born bald.
No, I was not. If you go back old enough in my clips, though, yeah, I have hair. But yeah, I always carried the materials on me, so I knew the moment that I got it. So yeah, I'll let you guys watch it though. I don't want to watch it right now. It's, I scream, warning, it's an eardrum warning clip. Okay, I'm warning you right now. I'm a screamer. So let's see how this system works, because I don't really like this that much, but you know, it's supposed to work like Agris. Allan Serbin's landscape has been added, allowing you to obtain treasure items previously not obtainable in, or only obtainable in certain monster zones. You can open up this UI on the Allan Serbin's landscape icon at the top of the screen. When you defeat a monster in a monster zone where you could obtain existing treasure materials, you can obtain the paint item of that monster zone according to a specific probabilities. Example, Paint of History or Ruins. Right-clicking on the paint item will use it to charge points to the landscape painting of that monster zone. You can charge multiple paints at once by pressing the plus button in the landscape UI. 10,000 points are charged per paint per paint item. In Allan Serbin's landscape UI, activate the checkbox in the upper right-hand corner on the monster zone where the points are charged. Multiple checkboxes can be activated and applied simultaneously. Oh my god, so you can apply... So you can gas up the paint for multiple zones, and you can be grinding for the merchant ring, Olin's merchant ring piece, Elton piece, and the telescope piece all at the same time. I think it devalues the treasure items. I do. I think it devalues treasure items. Before it was like, yo, you grinded for your compass? Yeah, how many hours do you spend in history? You're not going to ask people that now? Now it's like, you got your compass? Oh, cool. I hate it. I hate it. And again, I understand that a lot of people are going to like this. I don't like it. Right click on Allan okay, so it's just like Agris, guys. Just like Agris. I'm pretty sure you have to gas it up though. So when it's activated and you're grinding in a zone of 300 AP or higher, you'll be able to obtain the treasure items according to a set probability. The painting will not be applied when grinding the same monster zone where the painting is activated. Monster zones that provide the same items, such as City of the Dead or Darkseeker's Retreat, are also not affected at the same time. Okay. Allan Serbin's landscape painting does not apply to party monster zones. Of course it doesn't. Because we would never want people to feel like we want people to explore the world of Black Desert. But only by yourself. You are not allowed to explore the world with other people. Do not play with other players. It's very important that you don't play with other players. If you play with other players, Jae-hee Kim is going to come kill your entire family in game. Okay? All of it. He's going to brutally slaughter every child in your family. Hopefully he slaughters every child. That's all the shows.
Hey, girl.
All right, so honestly, I'm not sure. I think the way they've explained this, right-clicking a paint item will charge its points to the landscape painting of the monster zone. How do you get points, though? Yeah, I don't know how to get points. Do you just get points automatically? One paint is 10k points. Oh. Okay, so please correct me if I'm wrong on understanding this. I'm kind of... So when you're grinding at the grind zone, you're going to get a bunch of paints. And then, or you're just going to get paint in general. Or I guess paints for that grind zone. So you still have to go grind at the grind zone. Okay, well that's a little bit better then. That's okay. I think that's fine. I'll be honest with you, that makes it a lot better in my mind. Okay, that's better. I thought it worked like Agris, where like it just gassed itself up every day, and I was like, well what's the reason? You know? Okay, that's fine. Never mind. Okay, hot take withdrawn. That's fine. If you still have to go to the zone at least for a while and grind that spot, agree. Sure. All right, so that's pretty cool. Dawn Crystal Life EXP. Oh, are they adding these for the Kirasat? Oh, puckers. Oh, it's only for Life EXP, not Mastery. They should add Mastery. I am formally requesting that you add Mastery. Is it still good? Oh, it's amazing. It's super good. This is a very impactful change for life skillers. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to get 6 of these. 15% times 6 is 90. It is 90%, right? Yeah, 90% life EXP all the time for everything that you do. That is giga. Now, you're going to spend a fortune getting it, right? But the wand crystal shouldn't be too bad, you know. The wand crystal should be, that's like 24%. That's not bad. It's like 300 a crystal, right? I'm wondering, how do you make these? You need Essence of Dawn, Trace of Nature, Magic Lightstone crystals. That's not bad. So you have to craft them? They don't drop anywhere? They should drop when life skilling. Wow. So that sucks. So you have to craft them with Essence of Dawn. I wish that they had made it so that life skillers could gather for Essence of Dawn, like life. You know how they have like Essence of Dawn? This is the way they should have done it. Yeah. There should have been a Essence of Dawn life that you could get only while gathering, hunting, you know, horse training, etc. Like, and it would make life skillers make more money per hour because they would be getting Essence of Dawn, right? And they could craft it themselves. That would have been way better. Instead, this market is already basically sold out. This market is cooked, and now you've basically made it so that like they're competing with all the grinders and like the normal gear people to get their stuff too. The color green is already taken, so retcon the other one to like, I don't know, pink or so, or make it pink or something. I don't care. Who cares? Figure it out. Make it a dark green. Who gives a shit? That's the way they should have. I can't believe that's not the way they did it. That's frustrating. But you need Essence of Dawn times 1, which is actually not that hard. How many? Okay, so the Bond Dawn Crystal Life EXP takes a wand crystal. So 5 wands. That's actually kind of a joke. You're really like the Lightstone crystals almost cost more than the Essence of Dawn does. This is only 100 mil. So you need 5 of those to make a bond, and then you need 5 bonds to make a gin. Honestly, yeah, we're all just gonna go crafting those. They're gonna be expensive, but the color green dank crayon is a crazy emote. I didn't even know I had that in my chat. All right, so that's it. Silver embroidered clothing is being removed. Bullshit. What? My clothing. Dude, I have all of these. No way. I literally have every single one of these. I've got fine horse traders clothes. I've even got traders clothes. I think I've got gatherers, I got fishers, I've got cooks. I think I've got I have trainers clothes too. I think, oh my god. What am I getting as compensation? No way they take that away with no compensation. Here we go. Compensation will be paid according to level. Okay, what am I getting? What am I getting on? I'm getting a bond. You. No, you give me a gin. Brother, these are, bro, what? Wait, no, that's the normal. Whoa. Oh, I'm getting a bond and oh, thank God. It's 3 bill. I should at least get 2 bonds. Because it's half of the 7 bill that the gin costs. I should at least get 2. Damn, times 2. I'll have extra to sell everyone. Ghost Rag, stupid head. Ghost Rag's over here like, yep, good change, yep. Idiot. There were 2 ways to go about horse training before. You could go for mount EXP or you could go for training EXP. I always personally went for mount EXP because the higher level your mount was Well, the faster your mounts leveled up, the more EXP you got, but also the faster you could sell them and Imperial them. So that's why I had +4 fine horse trainers close. All right. Anyway, this is a fine change. I think that the Jin, like this stuff, making Karazad, this is a really good change for life skillers. It's a W. I just think that they should have gone about it a different way. Like the Essence of Dawn should have been like a gatherable, huntable, cookable, alchemyable item. You know, drops at a low thing. New growth. What would have been so bad that it procs during alchemy? You know, like every once in a while you get an Essence of Dawn during alchemy. Like, what are we talking about? New growth quests, deck Tuvala armor. Okay, so we already went through all this. You're gonna be able to get deck Tuvala armor, guys, and it's gonna give you the fail stacks that you need to do it right, like immediately. Yeah, whatever. I strongly recommend, if you're a new player, the helmet. I strongly recommend getting the helmet. And I know that's going to sound weird. Most players are going to recommend the boots. But really, the reality of the situation is there are 4 flames in the game that you need to turn your C10 armor into Dead God. And there are 3 of them that are readily obtainable on the marketplace. The Flame of Resonance sits at min price at 4 billion. It's permanently because people grind all the time for Darkseekers and stuff. So this is the boots one. 4 bill. Okay, well, that's a lot of money. However, the Flame of Frost is almost never obtainable. Okay, now the orders have come down on this quite a bit because now a lot of people took their orders down because this tri-armor thing is coming out. And I'm sure other people have realized that they're just going to take the helmet. They don't need the flame anymore. So they took their order down. But it's still, you notice this one is always sold out, and it's going to take you time to get that pre-order because not enough people grind Jade Forest. This one's really obtainable. This is the chest piece one. That one's really easy. Like I said, Flame of Resonance is always on the market. And of course, the gloves one is always on the market at min price as well, or close to min price. It's the cheapest one by far. Piece of cake. Piece of cake. 90 Embers on Frost on the market. 90 Embers of Frost on the market. All right, so that's better. They're still, okay, so they're just about at max there. These are at 9.8, Jesus. And again, the Embers are at min price here. Now, if there does come a point as a new player where you can obtain your flame, right? Let's see. If you can obtain your flame through Embers here, then the correct one to take here is the boots. Okay. So if you look at the market and you see, okay, well, that flame is available, like the helmet flame is available, and that continues trending in that direction. I don't think that it will. I think that it's dipping right now because a lot of players pulled their pre-orders for the helmet flame. But we'll see. If that is the case, then you need to take the boots because it'll save you money on the flame. It's literally just that simple, okay? So you can take the boots or the helmet or the boots, yeah, the boots or the helmet are the best choice, regardless. You don't really want to take the chest piece or the gloves. Those are pretty cheap. Alternatively, I think that the gloves are actually not a bad option as well. If you're a new player that has all 3 Pen Black Stars, you're not tapping for Pen Black Star anymore, and you need something to use your Jay's Hammer on, in my opinion, getting the gloves is good because you can use your Jay's Hammers to tap for the Tet armor when you get them. And if you do get lucky, you get a Wailing, you could theoretically do the Edania boss once you get to that AP and immediately have your Edania gloves when you get there. But that's kind of a long term. You're almost going to need the other tri armors to get there anyway. So like you're going to have your tri gloves at that point. It's really not going to matter. But you really want Wailing gloves. Wailing gloves is the first one you want to get. So, you know, it is what it is. There's something to be said for that. But you never want to take the chest. There's really not a reason to do that. Okay, yeah, it's going to take a bunch of concentrated magic, Essence of Armor Leap. Okay, Edania Changes. Oh. For the weekly Ethereon, the entry AP requirement is 350. During development, we balanced the boss Jordine and the monster's DP around a Pen Black Star sub-weapon. However, this made the fight more difficult for adventurers using the Sovereign sub-weapon. This is what Swaggy Panda experienced yesterday. It was hard. Since our goal was to make Jordine more approachable as a boss on Edania, we've adjusted DP so that those with the Sovereign sub-weapon can take on the challenge as well. Good. The defense of monsters appearing in the Ethereon quest has been reduced by 8%. Sweet. Awesome. UI changes. What is this? A buff application status effect UI has been added that allows you to check the details of the currently applied buff. What? You can check the status and application formula of various buffs currently being applied. I don't know how this makes it any less complicated. I'm gonna... Okay, good, yay! This is, ugh. I don't know. This, I'm gonna be real with you. This content is specifically for people like Ghost Rags. He gonna love this shit. This breaks down everything. This crazy. I'm never using this shit. I don't give a f. I'm not somebody that gives too much of a f about my buffs. I bought the stuff. Send it. I'm more of a casual, like, like, I like it, yeah. Nah, LOL, I'm good. Never mind. He doesn't give a f either. I don't know. For the casual player, you're never gonna use this. But for like the super sweats, yeah, this is a good change. All right, yeah, whatever. The release date for the all-in-one preset was originally scheduled for the 28th of August. As announced that the Heidel Ball has been postponed. That's the best surprise Pikachu face that I could give you guys. We want to make sure adventurers have a smooth and polished experience. I want you guys to understand. They have been working on this all-in-one preset bullshit for the last like 3 years. 3 years they've been promising us this. At this point, we got gear presets and like skill presets and stuff in Throne and Liberty before we got it in BDO. Chrono Odyssey is gonna have it at this point before BDO does. What's this all-in-one preset thing? Well, they've introduced it in a couple different ways, but my understanding is that you will be able to click a preset, your skill add-ons, your crystals, your buffs, and basically everything, just all the shit that you can think of, and your pets and stuff. It's all linked to one preset, so you can just click the preset and boom, we're in grinding mode now. Or boom, now we're in PvP mode. Boom, now we're in, you know, whatever. That's what it's supposed to be. And we've been waiting on that forever, because right now we have this checklist of shit we got to do. I mean, like we got adventures that have like post-it notes next to their computer. It's like, okay, I gotta feed my pets. I gotta pop my temp buff. I gotta repair my gear. I gotta take my pets out. I have to pop my villa buff. I have to get my church buff. I have to remember to pop my loot scroll. Then I have to turn my alchemy stone on. I have to pop my other loot buffs. I have to make sure that I have my Dekia. Oh, we got to make sure that the lantern has enough fuel. We have to, bro, there's like 100 things that you got to do. And inevitably you start grinding. You're 20 minutes in and you're like, I popped my tent buff, but forgot to activate my loot scroll. Every time. They're literally, yeah, we got a pre-flight checklist of shit we got to do before. It's like the Veil's heart. You're like, how long my Veil's not been on? You know, like there's always something, you know, like you like son of a bitch. You know, I did that yesterday. Yeah, bro. It's just like there's always something you forget to do. So like the all-in-one preset is something a lot of adventurers have wanted for a long time because it makes it easier. It also makes it easier to switch to PvP preset because presumably you could go from a PvE preset, somebody ganks you on Arsha or something, like say you're grinding on Arsha, somebody ganks you on Arsha and boom, you can go to, like somebody hits you and it automatically swaps you to a PvP preset or something, right? Or you can swap very quickly. And then you can actually fight people and that would help bring back open world PvP a little bit because right now, even on Arsha, a big reason why people don't want to fight each other on Arsha is because there are two types of people that go to Arsha. The people that want the bag and the people that want to fight. And the people that want the bag aren't in PvP preset. They don't care. Like you aren't killing somebody unless you have your PvP crystals equipped, unless you have your PvP add-ons equipped, unless you have everything, right? Like it's just not going to happen. Also your consumables and stuff, right? And most people just don't want to swap over. It's too much of a burden for them. So don't activate Vel, but cope with the fact that you're still getting sheet AP out of it. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm at the point in the game where I got so much shit. Like I got so much gear. I'm gonna start activating my Vel's heart while I'm AFK processing. You know, like my dick hanging out like a flex because I got nothing better to spend my money on. Bug fixes. Holy shit. Is that it? No, I forgot. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, your certified crash out has arrived. I don't know if there's been a patch that I've been able to not crash out about on the buffs. We'll see. Following the previous update, we've made further adjustments to class balance in PvE. With the recent overhaul of damage reduction formula and Monster Zone rework, changes to classes, multipliers have a much greater impact on subjugation performance. We've considered each class's unique characteristics, such as movement and combo styles of Asian skills and back attack potential, to adjust skill multipliers and narrow the performance gap between classes. Since the Edania...
I'm not leaving.
Of course you're not.
I'm not leaving!
We're guys, this is the bet. This is what people line up for this shit, bro. You got to be, were you here live for the Blue Squadron crash out? This is like the weekly crash out time. Since the Edania update, more adventures have been explored. Okay, hold on. Yeah, since the Edania update, more adventures have been exploring Edania's monster zones with a wider range of classes. Choosing the ones that best suit their playstyle. We'll continue monitoring class performance and make adjustments where needed to keep pace with the evolving rate of these zones. Blah blah blah. Okay. I tried Deadeye last night at the end spot. That shit hurts. I'm gonna be honest with you, even with my gear score and a defensive crystal setup, that grind zone hurts. So like maybe it's just because I need the Edania monster DR crystal, but damn, bro, like those mobs be kind of hurting. It's kind of hard. I'm gonna try it today, but guys, I might die. I died twice last night because there's a bug in that monster zone. I don't know if it's a bug or I just can't see the circles on the ground, because sometimes at the Orbita spot, and this is like really important feedback that I hope that they hear, the dark orange is way too close to the red color on your screen, and either that or they're bugging, and like you don't know whether or not to stand in the circle or not stand in the circle because the colors are so, you use dark orange and light red, like so like they look like really similar. So it's difficult to tell whether or not you're going to get one shot by the skill or that's the buff skill that you need to stand in. I think the circle colors need to change. Now, Warrior. Where are these dumb-ass Warrior mains that were in my chat like 2 weeks ago? I'm like, guys, who's the most forgotten class in the whole game? And these two Warrior mains are like, Warrior. They never remember Warrior. And I told them every single patch, Warrior gets a change. Basically every single time. This class is being changed all the time. Like whether it's a buff or a nerf, it's never forgotten. It's in almost every, it is the most changed class in the whole game. Now, it's not always a buff, and that is a fair complaint for Warrior mains. I think that's a fair complaint. If you want to say, yeah, they're not always buffs, okay, that's fair. But to say your class is forgotten, Corsair sit like, bro, you're the child that Pearl Abyss is holding up in the pool. Okay, and the drowning child next to them, like that's about to go underwater, is like treading water, is Maewa. Help me, help me! And the dead skeleton at the bottom of the pool, Corsair mains. Okay, don't tell me your class is forgotten. Like, shut up. Nobody gives a shit. All right. Can I just leave Warrior alone, please? It's true. It's true. All right. Okay, so honestly, so Warrior, Awakening Warrior. Huge damage buffs in PvE, boys. Woo! Awakening Warrior is up tremendous in PvE. Massive. Big buffs to basically every single Solar Flare, Overwhelm, Frenzied Strike, Merciless, Balance Strike, Hilt Strike, Grave Digging. Had to be careful about how you say that one. Pulverize, Reckless Blow, Armor Break, Heaven's Cleave, Knee Kick, Ankle Break. 2%. It's not a 2%, but that's not a 2% buff. It's not a 2. Bro, you're so dumb. NA math. NA math. You did 2%, huh? How much do you think 2% is? Grave Digger. You got to be so careful about how you say
it was 2%
Grave
overall.
Digger. You got to be so careful about how you say that as a streamer. But got to be really careful about that one. Bicep said it was 2% overall. Although I'll be honest with you, with the new Edania update, when you walk into Edania, it do be making you more racist. It do be. It is not a 2%, but what the Bicep is EU player he plays on NA. because he has an NA education. Well, he had an EU education, but he has the equivalent of an NA. Look at these. Okay, just the percentages. You can tell it's not 2%. This is about, it's a little less than a 10%. It's like an 8, 9%, somewhere in there. This is 7 to 8%. All right. Some of these are smaller. This is much less significant, right? But it got to change on 2 things. So it's about, you know, it comes out to about the same. Yeah, I would say it's about a 6 to 8% change across the board, which is a big deal. If all of your skills are getting a 6 to 8% change, that's a big deal, man. Those are big buffs. Do not discredit warrior mains trying to gaslight the rest of the classes in the game into thinking, no, the changes aren't very good. Warrior's still not, it's still not good. We don't have enough buffs. We're always forgotten. Nobody cares. No one cares. Whole class got buffed. They're like, it's terrible. Ranger. Succession. PvE buffs. Ranger mains rise up. I think this is a good thing because we could really use some more super thick ranger thighs walking around town. What do you guys think? I think I love watching super thick rangers walking around. So yeah, I think this is a W change. Big W. Huge ranger fan. I just don't like playing her. She's kind of a screamer. Sigh. Yeah. Atsu, I swear to God, if I get to Dark Knight and they buffed Succession and not Awakening, it's your fault. I'm going to 100% blame you. Sorceress. Awakening. Where's SMNR and DM? Awakening Sork, getting some much needed buffs. This is good because I felt like it was underperforming compared to Succession. Well, I didn't feel this way. I've gotten a lot of feedback from the community of Sorks that hate themselves and like to cut themselves in the bathtub in Minecraft while listening to Evanescence. Those people told me that Awakening is underperforming compared to Suck. Now, this is not a super substantial change. I'll be honest with you. The number, you're not getting like a crazy damage buff, but you are getting damage buffs. Some of these are better. Like Grim Reaper. Oh, that's Black Spirit. Nobody cares. Unless your ultimate's going to do more damage, but yeah. So, I mean, some of these are much more significant, like this, about 8% here. But like this is like negligible. This is like, okay, sure, a little bit more damage on turn backslash, right? Now, they're not crazy changes for Sork, but they're definitely a step in the right direction.
My class is so forgotten that if PA said we didn't change any of her skills, but we made her thigh sliders to now max out like those of Ranger and Dark Knight, I would rejoice and run around the neighborhood screaming like my local team just won the Super Bowl.
You know, I gotta give you guys credit. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you guys credit. It's not always me that has the best jokes. Sometimes chat has a better sense of humor than I do. And that's the best part of the atmosphere here in the Blue Squadron community. Corsair mains are so down bad they don't even want buffs. They just want you to up their thigh sliders because their boob slider's already at max. You have the best boob slider in the game. If they're gonna give you a better thigh slider, brother, they gotta bring your boob slider back. For, again, perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm like the Thanos for Gooners. All right, like we gotta. If it is out of balance, like we've maxed out your booba slider. If you want a thigh slider, you gotta bring the booba slider back. Okay, which I know is a deal breaker for Corsairs. So you're just gonna have to deal with the thigh slider as it is. Rangers have to deal with smaller boobs than you. Do you think that Rangers like that? No, they don't, but they get to stare at them thick ass mommy thighs and pretend that their head is between them like a watermelon. You get to pretend that your Corsair. Okay, different fantasies. All right, Berserker. Not again, bro. Are you kidding? Oh, okay, it's just PvE buffs. That's fine. Suck Zerker, I'll be honest with you, this is fine. I don't mind Suck Zerker PvE buffs. And I don't think that most people mind PvE buffs either. I know that you guys were all hoping for like a big crash out over this, but I think Suck Zerker's damage in PvE was mid at best. So like, this is okay. This is fine. It's the PvP buffs where I really crash out like super hard. It's not, that's not what I want to see. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I did play Awakening Dark Knight yesterday. And honestly, I played Suck DK, I think, for 2 days and then went back to Awakening again. Or no, I went back to Deadeye. So I played Suck DK for like, it was like a day and a half. Like a day and a half. So I don't know which one they nerfed and which one they buffed. I don't think I played Suck long enough for them to nerf it. But we'll see when we get there. Musa, Succession. Buffs again. Again, about a 2 to 8% buff across the board for Suck Musa. Basically, Divider, Backstep Slash, Blind Slash, Gale, Dragon Bite, Rising Storm, Blooming, Retaliation, Crush Crusher, and Mountain Divide. Now, I will say Berserker, I forgot to go through these real quick, but Berserker looks like he got about the same treatment across the board, 2 to 8% damage, which I think is fair. It's totally fine. Not really concerned about PvE damage. I've never been upset that Suckzerker was, performing super well in PvE. At best, it was, kind of mid. SMN RMDM. I mean, bro, why does Sork have the smallest numbers? This is crazy. Go back and compare. What do you mean 10,000 to 10,067? What the f does that do? No, it's 10,007 to 10,607. Again, NA math. Brother, okay, I know this is hard, but in school, you probably missed it this day. Okay. These are different numbers. These are different numbers. I know that in the school that you went to, they probably didn't feel like they were different numbers. Maybe you weren't paying attention. Either way, you were able to graduate with this. There is the same amount of numbers in each one, but I assure you that these are different numbers. Okay, this is the tens place. This is the hundreds place. Wait. This is the ones place. This is the tens place. This is the hundreds place. This is the thousands place. This is the 10,000. Just I don't even care anymore. I don't care anymore. That's what I did. I was a biology teacher. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Fuck!
Short bus aficionado.
I'm trying to make a joke! I have a lot going on right now. I'm stressed out. Point still stands? What's the point? What do you mean, what's the point? Bro, dude, leave it to Sorks. They're just bro, leave it to Sorks to be like, it's not actually a buff. The number's only going up by 100%. It's bullshit. Brother, I told you, they're not crazy high. You're right. They're the lowest of the few, but that means that she was not underperforming as much as maybe you think she was. She was underperforming, but not by a crazy amount. You're getting a buff. Accept it and shut the f up. Do you think that if Corsairs, hey Corsairs, would you argue if you guys got buffs like this, the Sorks? What if we took away the Sork buffs and we just gave them to Corsair? Do you think the Corsairs would be bitching that the buff wasn't high enough? Of course they would. They're degenerates. But they would not be saying, well, what's the point? They would be like, we could use a little more, but we'll take what we can get. We'll take what we can get. Deal, except, yeah, we'll take it away from Sork. We'll give it to Corsair. We give it to the community that actually appreciates the buff. No way they buffed Suck Ninja. Surely they buff Awakening too. Surely. Sure. Bro, Awakening? Awakening? Suck Ninja is one of... Underperforming? What? Bro, at no point do people think that Suck Ninja is really underperforming in PvE. What are we talking about? Oh my god. But okay, sure. I don't even care. I legitimately do not even care that Suck Ninja is getting a buff. Awakening needs a buff. It does. It's obvious. It's underperforming in PvE. Everybody knows it. It's super obvious. You just look at go look at the YouTube videos, go look at the Garmoth stats, go look at it's, what are we talking about? But don't worry, guys. Armin plays Succession. And so we must, Armin plays Succession Ninja. Choice is playing Succession Berserker. These are the classes that are priority. Okay. If you guys want buffs on your classes, please find a streamer who is partnered with the company who is willing to play it. Thank you so much. Please buy more pearls. Kuno, Awakening. Holy. All right, guys. I hate to say this, and Kuno mains are going to get really upset about this. Kuno mains are going to get really mad with me. Y'all can't complain about being forgotten anymore. Kuno ain't a forgotten class anymore. They've gotten actually a lot of changes in the last like 5 to 6 months. This class has actually been changed a lot. I'll be real. Because every time Ninja gets a buff, the Kuno be getting a buff too. I'm just being honest. And I think that Awakening Kuno, if it was going to get a buff in PvE, if one spec of Kuno is going to get a buff in PvE, I think it should be Awakening. I think Suck Kuno actually pounds in PvE. Kunoichis just don't want you to know that so they don't get nerfed. But yeah, so basically every skill in Awakening Kuno's kit got buffed. This is really good. W, kudos. How many percent is that for Kuno? So you're going from 788 to 900. Which should be, so 10% of 900 is 90. So if you take off 90 from 900, it would be like 810, right? So it would be a little bit, this is like a 12% change right here. This is a 12% buff for Lunar Dash right here. Okay. This is a 300, a little less, like 250, 300% change. 865. Again, 900, we talk about 90. You just want to round, right? These changes overall, I would say that I'm looking at all these numbers here. These are anywhere between 2 and about 12% buffs. Some of these are really high though. Like the Black Spirit, I don't think Change / Chakram was your 100%. Your Shift RMB is your 100%. Wheel of Wrath. I don't think that got buffed. That didn't get buffed. I mean, Wheel of Wrath got buffed, but the Black Spirit didn't. But yeah, you got buffs. Big buffs. How you doing, Tie-Dye? Great day to be a Kuno main. It is. I think this is... Awakening Kuno needed a buff in PvE, I think. She was underperforming compared to her Succession counterpart, which this helps bring her up to speed. Now, in fairness, and this is going to be another hot take, I think that Sukuno is one of the best PvE classes in the game. I know that people are going to hate me for it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. That class pulls down crazy trash loot. Depends on the grind spot, obviously, but... Okay, Wizard. Suck Wizard. Massive buffs. Holy shit. Every single skill in the Succession Wizard kit. And to be clear, Suck Wizard was definitely underperforming, so this is good. This is good. Oh, Awakening Wizard's getting changes too. Oh no. Oh, Awakening Wizard got, yeah, 07s. Oh no, they're... Everybody else got buffs. Awakening Wizard just got absolutely turbo. So Awakening Wizard is getting... Every single skill in your kit is getting the opposite change. So instead of getting like 2 to 8% damage, you're losing 2 to 10% damage. All right, I can't wait to see the Awakening Witch nerfs, because that bitch is getting... If Awakening Wizard's getting turboed, Awakening Witch is about to get sideways. All hail Suck Witches. Suck Witch getting big dick buffs. She is so back. Suck Witch is so back. Thank God that Suck Witch will once again be at the top after we see the Oh boy. Oh! Oh, the queen has fallen. Olympus is down. I repeat, Olympus has fallen. Awakening Witch getting absolutely turbo. Now by turbo, I mean she got the same treatment that Awakening Wizard got. Yeah. Have fun down in the B+ tier, you dumb
100
bitch.
Pearl Abyss. Please change the class Witch for Witch. I understand y'all think witches are all bottoms that don't want to PvP, but power bottoms exist.
Yeah. And they play Dosa. Blue Boo. People complaining about their bus when Scholar gets forgotten. Like the redheaded stepchild of Perlibus she is. I think Scholar's actually in a pretty good spot. I don't think that they've forgotten Scholar. I think that she's just in a really solid spot, and you really don't want to... you don't want them to touch your class if you're in a solid spot, because they're going to nerf it. So Awakening Witch, falling from grace. Getting a pretty
New
substantial nerf here.
Tier list when?
I'll come out with a PvE tier list. Here's what I should do. In order to make everybody furious, I should come out with a PvE tier list before these changes even make it to live servers. Cinema. I should literally do it before anyone has been able to test anything. It's a good idea. This is a good idea. Ultimate rage bait. All right. On a side note, all of these Awakening Witch pretenders. I played this class for like 4 years. And she was basically mid the whole time I played her. And all these people rerolled. They pretend to be Awakening Witches. They're all gonna... Thank God there's a tag event going on. They're gonna be changing. All right. Dark Knight. No. Okay. Dark Knight suck. Getting them nerfs. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What?
Shore of Ruins in Edania gives 32 storage slots between 2 houses.
What the? Let me. No. Where are you going? Where are you going? What? Yo, hey. No. Where are you going right now? Where are you going? Get your ass. What? Where are you going? Get your. I'm gonna drag your ass back in here, kicking and screaming. Brother. What? Bro. Oh. You are not about to tell me.
Wicked Draziel cheer Dex 100, Long Hail Guardian as the new low app queen.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
We've considered each class's unique characteristics such as movement combos and combo cycles, evasion skills, and back attack potential. Of the two classes, which one has greater back attack potential, Succession or Awakening Dark? Oh, it's Succession every time, I forgot. That's right. What about combo cycles? Who's doing more damage with their oh yeah, it's Succession again. Oh, that's insane. To adjust skill multipliers and narrow the performance gap between classes. Narrow? Sweetie. Buttercup. I could have sworn that we were trying to narrow the gap. I could have sworn that the thought process here was we were going to narrow this gap. Narrow this gap. Now this is a canyon level gap. This went from like the Grand Canyon to literally the crater that the dinosaurs had to deal with. Okay, between Awakening and Succession. Unbelievable. Sub DK is unironically pulling some of the better trash numbers that I have seen. Period. Like straight up. It ain't even cap. Drawing. What do you think? Somebody's winning first and third in the biggest boob competition in BDO? Shut up. This is crazy. I'll be honest with you. Buffing Suck DK. Suck DK is already performing well at grind zones. Awakening is underperforming. I just go to... Oh, look, I don't like using Garmoth for everything, but it's the easiest, like on the fly example that I'm going to have. I'm literally pick a grind zone, honestly. Hey, look, there's Suckzork. Oh, look! There's Suck DK. Oh, look! Awakening DK all the way down here. Let's pick another one, shall we?
My name is Buchier Dex 100.
Oh,
I
look!
would like to bring to everyone's
There's
attention that
DK.
Corsair is a better grinder than Noct DK.
Oh,
I
look!
wish I was bragging, but I just feel bad.
Oh, look! There's Awakening! Almost didn't see her down there. Almost had to scroll down. Dark Seekers is a good one. Where's she at in Dark Seekers? Hey! There's Awakening. What, do Suck DKs not play at Dark Seekers either? Where's she at? Oh, she's down here? No, she is underperforming at Dark Seekers. So at this grind zone specifically, Awakening is better. That's probably because of the AoE of the grind zone. But honestly, no. So she is doing okay at this specific grind zone. That's fine. Sure. Suck DK is performing poorly here. Therefore, it should need buffs. Surely. What about the new grind zones? How are we doing here? How are we doing here? Oh, there's probably not enough Orbita. Probably not enough data
I'm
yet.
not leaving.
Oh yeah, 1 hour. Oh,
I'm not leaving.
oh, big surprise. Now there's not enough data here, I think, to really call this like crazy. But I almost didn't see Awakening down there. That's crazy. Look at her all the way at the bottom down there. That's insane. That's crazy. And we're buffing this class. I want you all to understand. This is the class that we're buffing. Okay. This right here. I don't get it. Best grind zone. You can just look at the best grind zones of the game. Get a Berserker, one of the best grind zones of the game. We're buffing this class right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth. She is literally eighth. Now she only has 147 hours, right? Suck Dracania. Honestly, I would take this with a grain of salt because it's only got 17 hours. So you can pull that out. Awakening Kuno, you probably pull that out. It's too low. Suck Maewa, pull that out. It's too low. Deadeye, pull that out. It's probably too low. But like you look at Awakening Nova's really good here. Awakening Maegu's really good here. Suck DK's a little low on hours, but like, you know, hey, it's one of the best PvE classes in the game at these grind zones. I don't understand. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't know about this grind zone. I haven't actually even grinded here yet. Yeah, there's not enough data for these. Oh, Awakening Witch is 102 hours. That's coming down. But my point is, consistently, with the exception of Dark Seekers, at least according to Garmoth, and I think that you could Google, to be clear, you should not only use Garmoth to figure out who the strongest grinders in the game are. If you really want to figure out who the strongest grinders in the game are, at the top end, you want to Google, you want to Google, and then you want to say, like, I want to know what Awakening, Dark Knight can do at Dark Seekers, right? And then you would just find, this is 3 months ago, but like you would try to find YouTube videos of people grinding on your class, right? Like that's the best way to figure out how the top end is doing. Garmoth, everybody lies about their numbers on Garmoth, but they're proportional. So you didn't really see me looking at the numbers on Garmoth, but rather the order of the classes is usually relatively close in terms of who is overperforming and who is underperforming in that grind zone. So like you're not looking at the trash loot numbers, people just lie about those. But people lie pretty consistently across the board. So it gives you a rough layout of how the classes are doing at that grind zone. Yeah, it's like 10% overinflated, I agree. I'm telling you right now, the best class that got buffed on this list so far by far is the Suck DK. Suck DK is already an overperforming grinder at basically every endgame spot in the game. It's not even close. And everybody knows it. Like if you play Suck DK, you're like, low-key, yo, Boo, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. That's terrible, it's terrible. Lewis, stop publishing videos. Take the channel down. Take the channel down. Like that's how like the Suck DK is trying to keep this on the DL. But I'm gonna be honest with you, these buffs are wildly out of touch. This is crazy. Awakening is underperforming basically across the board. Everybody knows it. Succession is already beating her at every grind zone in the game for the most part. And now she's going to just absolutely shit all over Awakening. It's not even going to be close. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'd rather Suck Witch be good than Awakening. I would agree with that. Because Suck Witch actually takes effort and skill. As somebody that plays Suck Witch, yeah. I've played both. Played Suck and Awakening. I played mostly Awakening, and I played a shitload of Succession.
Like 2 weeks more for all buffs came out live patch. Are they done?
Sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's 2 weeks. It'll depend. My guess, I'm surprised that there's even a balance change on this patch, I'm going to be honest with you. I expected them to just have like Edania like buffs, or I mean like bug fixes, Edania like adjustments here and there, but like this is a massive balance change. Now, as we all know, Striker, the underperforming class that it is, always needs a buff. Okay, if we're buffing classes, Striker always gets a buff. Doesn't matter, because that class basically underperforms at everything. It's terrible at everything. I think we can all agree the class is just terrible. You dude, bro, Strikers are literally getting Suck Striker literally getting buffs across the board. Everything that is prime, every prime skill in your kit's basically getting a buff. And I don't know why they keep buffing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't know. I have no idea. It's already one of the tankiest classes in the game, and it was already doing well in PvE. Now we're just keep going, keep buffing it. Meanwhile, Corsair, Sage, Succession, also getting buffs. All of your prime skills in Sage Succession got a buff too. All the buffs are all like 2 to 8% buffs, guys. Like roughly 2 to 8%, which is a big deal. If every skill in your kit gets like 4% damage, that's a big deal. That's a massive, massive deal. Suck Maegu. Oh, poggers! Suck Maegu getting buffed. Okay. All right. Wait a minute, Deadeye. Wait a minute. Is the curse over? Deadeye mains. We are up tremendous. We are up huge. Oh my God. Let's go. Yep. Deadeye, Perfect Storm, Final Draw, Mayhem, Bullet Storm, Switcheroo, and Quick Draw are all getting PvE buffs. That's big. Huge W change. Mainly because Deadeye did not need PvE. I'm going to be real. Deadeye was already another class that was performing really well in PvE. And they're buffing it again. One thing is for damn certain. They don't know I'm playing Deadeye yet. Give it time. Give it time. I'll be honest with you. I played Suck DK once or twice last week, and they buffed it again. Which can only mean one thing. It is Etsu's fault. Etsu is the man that keeps telling them to buff Succession and put Awakening in the absolute dumpster garbage where it belongs. Etsu's an Awakening main, so it can't be Etsu's fault, like low-key. Although he plays both, to be honest. For those of you that don't know, Etsu was like quite literally one of the best DKs, if not the best DK, in our community for a long, long time. He was somebody that I used to watch all the time before I was a content creator. And then he ended up becoming a CM. And so now he's a CM. But the reason that they always have Etsu showcase like the new content or do the PvP like the AOS stuff is because the other CMs all suck at the game, and so Etsu's the best player that they've got, so Etsu just logs in on his DK and mercs on everybody because it makes it makes Perlevis look good when Etsu plays Dark Knight and actually like isn't a I really only play Awakening, yeah. But you can play Succession. I forced myself to play Sec when Comma Twilight was OP for that one AOS season. Exactly. I did the same. Well, I played Suck when it first came out for like a year or so because I felt like I had to because it was really good in PvE. And PvP, it was just super, super good. That was before AOS though. And then I just stopped doing it. But in AOS, yeah, absolutely. You had to play Suck or you just couldn't play the game. It was literally just terrible. Yeah, so you play Suck when you have to. But your main Awakening. I don't know what this is. I have no idea who is telling them that Suck DK is underperforming. It's not Garmoth. It's not YouTube. It's not Lua. It's not me. It's not you. I have no idea what the is going on, guys. These guys are on another planet. I have no idea what the is going on with that shit. But Succession Sage getting a buff in PvE I think is totally fine. I do think that it was below average in PvE. Suck Maegu getting a buff in PvE actually pushes me to try to tag that class again. I do think that honestly, I think Suck Maegu was doing okay in PvE. I think that she was behind Awakening at some of the top end spots for sure, but it's the mid to high end spots. I think that Suck Maegu was doing just fine, but at high end spots, Suck Maegu was coming out a little bit low on some of her numbers that I saw. Suck Maegu just needs attack speed, no damage. Yeah, I didn't really feel like she needs like crazy amount of damage. I mean, just a little bit, and that's what she's getting. She's getting a small buff. I'll be honest with you; these are tiny Suck Maegu buffs. Bless me, they are not very high. It's like the Sork buffs, basically. Deadeye, however, these buffs are a little bit better. No, these are tiny. These are smaller. These are small, but they're still buffs. And I'll be honest with you, I think Deadeye was an A tier class before. In PvE, I think Deadeye was really solid. I think buffing Deadeye is madness when like there are other classes that are underperforming in the game. Like I think buffing Deadeye is crazy because I immediately started playing Deadeye. I was like, holy shit, this class is good. What the Guardian buff with the last G-Lab. Guardian's been buffed heavily the last like 2 G-Labs. All right, that's the end of the global lab patch. I don't know, guys. I'll be honest with you. The craziest change, and I'm a DK main. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it, but I'm definitely going to start playing Suck. Anyway, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.